Hello, so I wanted to talk about my favorite character, Ghoulia Yelps from Monster High. I have her right here, and her hair does need some work. Actually, I didn't get her new. I got her secondhand from someone, and she wasn't even complete. But anyway, so Ghoulia Yelps. She is my favorite Monster High character, and she pretty much always has been. Ghoulia Yelps Skull Shores was technically my first Monster High doll ever. And I remember finding her in the Walmart. She was just hanging up there with the toys, and I'm like, this doll, I've never seen anything like this. That was my first impression. I've never seen a doll that looked like her. The gray skin, the blue hair, the brains as a theme. I was intrigued. So luckily I got her. And that was still my impression of her for a long time. I was just like, this doll looks so odd, but I like it. Like, I was in love with it. And before I got into Monster High dolls, I mainly had a couple of Barbies and some other miscellaneous toys, and they weren't that articulated. They only had like the basic 5 points of articulation, but Monster High dolls articulated in the knees and the arms, and on top of that, they just look really cool. And it was just something I hadn't experienced in so long, and I'm like, I gotta know more. So for a long time, Ghoulia Yelps Skull Shores. This isn't my original doll, by the way. My original Monster High collection, I do not have a single doll from it, unfortunately. But I did buy this doll new in the box so I could relive the whole experience of opening it up again. But yeah, it was just, she was my favorite doll for a long time. I played with her a lot. Her hair got really fuzzy, but like I maintained it the best I could. I mean, I was only like 10 years old. I'm 20 now. And yeah, I played with her a lot. I posed her a lot. I took pictures, and she came with the doll stand. That was also something I didn't even know was like a thing for dolls, that they could come with doll stands. That was so cool to me. And so yeah, and then I realized that Monster High is like a whole YouTube thing. They have movies even. I didn't know too much. I just like knew there was more characters, so I had to get the others. And I quickly ended up falling in love with Venus and Claudine. And my mom would get me Claudine a lot because, she's obviously like a black character. And my mom would love to get me black dolls. So I had a bunch of Claudine dolls when I was younger. And so I had Skull Shores Ghoulia. I had Wave 1 Dead Tyrant Claudine. Well, no, I did technically Wave 2. She was the one with the purple shorts. I have her back here somewhere, actually. But it was the one with the purple shorts. And then I had Stultimate Roller Maze Ghoulia, which was really cool. Because once again, she came with a doll stand, which I just couldn't get over that coolness. And then after I had those three dolls for a while, I ended up saving up my own money and made my mom drive me to Target, and I picked up Venus McFlytrap. Oh my gosh, Venus was my favorite. But I'm getting off track. We're talking about Ghoulia Yelps being my favorite doll. Why is she my favorite character? Well, because I love her style. Red was my favorite color for a long time. And I still love the color red, but I also like the color maroon. So that was just a big indicator. She was smart. I love smart characters. And she wasn't like smart, like cocky about it. She's just like naturally a genius and clever. And she's just really cute while doing it. And I like that she was shorter and she had a different walk, a different way of communicating with the other characters. It was all very unique and cool to me, and a nice representation. I've heard people say she represents possibly like disabled or autistic people well. I don't know the background behind her character, but that's really amazing that she can represent other people like that. I love it. I just love her for how she is, no matter what she's representing. I love Ghoulia Yelps. And if you really think back to it, she solved a lot of the issues. Even in the webisodes, Ghoulia was mainly solving every little issue or problem that the ghouls encountered, especially in the movies. And honestly, on top of the fact that she would solve lots of the issues, it was really lame that she didn't get more dolls. Oh my god. She should have gotten a Ghouls Rule doll, a 13 Wishes doll. She did have a 13 Wishes like new outfit, but there was never a doll release for her. She should have went to New York somehow and had a doll for that. Even Great Scary Reef, even though that's not my favorite line, she could have had a doll. Haunted, she could have had a doll. Like Pastel Ghoulia, I would have loved to have seen that. So many opportunities for a Ghoulia doll. Because going back to her solving every issue, I know, a matter of fact, in Skulltimate Rollermaid, she did get a doll. But, you know, once again, she solved the big issue. She, you know, Monster High spoilers. She found all the parts to Rebecca and repaired her and discovered, you know, what the big issue was and what really happened in that movie. And then, of course, Ghouls Rule. She, well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if she was like the big problem solver in Ghouls Rule, but she did help. I mean, she was there. I can't think off the top of my head. And 13 Wishes, for sure. You know, she was there helping. Oh, wait, what? I'm getting off. I think I'm mainly talking about Boo York and Haunted and like Freaky Fear. I know Boo York for sure. I need a refresher on all the movies, but Boo York for sure. She was literally back there, solving the issue of what Astronova's ship really was in the music signal and all that stuff. She was back there solving it. And oh yeah, with Girls World she did help. Hacking computer. I should have made some notes on this stuff. I'm just saying, even if she wasn't the big problem solver, she still should have had more dolls. I feel like she was still part of the main 6. I mean, Cleo was there. Cleo had all these dolls. Ghoulia could have got more. And she didn't even get a Wave 2 Schools Out doll. Like, literally all the other characters got one, and she still was stuck in her same outfit. And I remember Scaris, like, they showed, like, some 3D version of them. I remember it was like a clip of them walking through the school in their new outfits. And Ghoulia was wearing her Scaris outfit while everyone else had their brand new Wave 2 outfits on. I don't understand why she didn't get more appreciation, but I still love her. Of course, there's her ultimate doll that I am in the process of trying to get. Her Dead Fast Ghoulia doll. Oh my god. I remember when that doll came out. I still didn't know too much about Monster High, or even Comic-Con. I knew so little about it. I literally thought Comic-Con was just a Monster High thing. I was like, oh, they just have a whole Monster High convention. I didn't even know. But I did know that I wanted that doll. I wanted this doll for a long time. Dead Fast Ghoulia. And like I said, I'm in the process of trying to get her because unfortunately her price has went to the fucking roof. Like that doll is worth so much money. Literally about like $700 to $1,000, and unfortunately some people have bought it for $1,000. So when people go to sell it, they're like, oh well, I can sell this for $1,000 and you know it'll sell. But of course some people have Dead Fast listed for months and it won't sell, and they also won't budge on the price. The whole thing is super irritating. But like I said, I'm in the process of trying to get one. Definitely having to put it on layaway because there's just no way. And I've been looking for a long time, and I feel like if I don't just get on this kind of good deal, like it's honestly like $300 over my what I wanted to pay, but I can't seem to find anything less unless I want to pay the $900. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but I really want Dead Fast Ghoulia. She's an amazing doll, very well thought through. I love that she even got a Comic-Con doll, and she has another one, the Cleo. Well, technically, Cleo and Ghoulia Mattel Creations 2-pack didn't go to Comic-Con, but I heard it was supposed to, but never did. So technically, she has like 2 collector's dolls. But yeah, but I mean, yeah, I really want Dead Fest. You know, it's just a super cool doll, dream doll. I remember watching Rad Reviews by Sween Holic. I hate that their channel is no longer around. I've been looking for their videos and I can never find them anymore. But they used to do a lot of toy reviews and Monster High and Novi Stars. And they reviewed that Fast Ghoulia at one point. Oh my god. I wanted to just reach through my phone and grab the doll. I wanted the doll so bad. And I still want it. You know, my Monster High collection unfortunately had a big drop in like 2014 because something happened and my entire collection ended up getting thrown out. And honestly, after that, I didn't have a lot of motivation to keep collecting just because, like, you know, I knew I didn't have any money or a job, and getting the amount of dolls that I had like maybe $50 or $70 or so. I knew it would have taken so long to get them, and I didn't even get all of them like in where I lived. You know, I would travel and sometimes buy a doll. My mom would get me dolls. You know, I had a couple of 5-packs. Like I had Skull Shores, dance class. I had Laguna's hydration station, 13 Wishes, Spectra's playset. I had Draculaura's car, Ghoulia's scooter, had Abby and Heath home egg, the Werecat sphere leading. I had so many little dolls, and I knew that I wasn't gonna get all those dolls again. And like I just wasn't motivated to keep collecting and keeping up Monster High after that happened to me. So I ended up just really falling off the Monster High radar. I didn't really stop. I stopped watching the movies. I think I stopped after like 13 Wishes. Unfortunately, like I kind of stopped following it. I remember hearing about like Hunted and Freaky Fusion, but I never really sat down to watch it or know anything about it, any of the new characters or anything. But yeah, and I had a couple of Monster High dolls my mom got for me that I kept for a couple of years, like Galliope, Wave 2, Rebecca and Laguna Dead Tired. And then my mom got me a reboot Claudine, which was interesting. And I still have all of those dolls. I don't plan to get rid of any of them, of course. And then when I moved out and I went to live here, where I am now, and I got my first job, you know, after a couple of paychecks, I'm like, I actually have money now. Why don't I continue doll collecting? Because I never got disinterested in dolls. I just, you know, after the incident, I didn't have as much motivation, and I knew I didn't really have the finances. But you know, when all those things came back into play, I'm like, I wonder if Monster High is still in the market. And of course, lo and behold, the community is still well and alive, and I'm like, I am getting back into this shit. And that was like maybe about 2 years ago now, just about like a year and a half. I decided to restart my collection, and I was so excited. And ironically, Ghoulia is my favorite character, but the one doll that I wanted most of all that I couldn't even get when I first started collecting was Never Denial. Oh my god, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. And I needed that doll. She was the first doll I wanted. And that's when I discovered just how much the high prices were. You know, I was like hoping to find her for like $25, $30. Definitely not. And I knew she had a ring that was hard to find. And so I wanted her new in the box because of that. And just, you know, to have the whole experience of opening a Monster High doll for the first time. So I did find her eventually, but it was for $110 new in the box. And at the time, I didn't realize that, you know, patience could be a thing. I just wanted a doll. So I just bought it. And she's actually she's one of my most expensive dolls outside of my SDCC dolls, but I'm very happy with her. I still have her, of course, and she's one of my favorite dolls. She's just as beautiful as I remember her. And then, you know, my collection solely, you know, this is just some of my dolls, but, you know, I've been collecting them now, and I have other dolls. I collect BGD dolls. I have a couple of OMG dolls. I have a couple of Not Surprise. I have a few Rainbow High, Shadow High, some Disney dolls, some pop figures, couple of Barbies, like literally 3. Some Build-A-Bears. I don't collect Build-A-Bears, but there's a local thrift store that does sell them for like $2 to $5, so I buy them every now and then. Yeah. Anyway, so Ghoulia is my favorite character. She deserves more appreciation. She deserves more dolls. And I hope with this Monster High reproduction that they give her the appreciation she deserves. I'm very excited for what Monster High is going to do. Just Mattel in general. Like, I've been waiting so long for this reboot. And, of course, it'll be less likely, you know, it'll be easier to get dolls without having to pay so much. Like, some people price these dolls out of the yin-yang. I don't know. I don't understand. They want to get, like, $100 for their doll that has like one shoe just because like it's Gloom and Bloom Cleo. Like, I don't know. My personal opinion, there's certain dolls that are just outrageously priced. The only way I can understand that if it's Comic-Con, and even then, some people they'll try and sell their Comic-Con sets for like $600 or more. Like, that's a lot of money. Like, that's a lot for a doll. Like, I wouldn't even get into that. This video is supposed to be about Ghoulia. I get sidetracked pretty easily, but she's definitely my favorite. And I do have a couple more Ghoulia dolls. I have Gloom Beach Ghoulia, and I actually have like 4 Skull Shores dolls. I have this one. I'm pretty sure this is another Skull Shores Ghoulia. I just got her because of the clothes. I thought the outfit was really cute, and she's wearing Abby's shoes, and I really love that. And this doll was like $16, so I just bought it. It was very impulsive, but I love this doll. I'll probably redo her hair, but I'm doing other dolls' hair right now. And then I have the Dat Fest comic fashion pack Ghoulia. Well, it wasn't a doll, but I have the fashion pack. But I did put the fashion pack on a Skull Shores Ghoulia doll. And then I actually have another loose Ghoulia doll that's dressed in I Heart Fashion Iris clothes. And I'm also pretty sure she's Skull Shores Ghoulia. So I have like 4 of these dolls. I'm just like destined to have Skull Shores Ghoulia, but I'm okay with that. I'll just restyle them. Yeah, Sweet Scream Ghoulia is also super cute. Like, really. And her pet owl. I've always loved owls when I was younger, before I even knew Monster High was a thing. So the fact that my favorite character comes with an owl as a pet, just perfect for me. Like, I love Ghoulia Yelps. And I'm looking forward to whatever Monster High has in store for the future.